Hello, welcome back to something a little bit different for my channel. This is primarily for Patreon, but I'm going to post it on the main channel just now as well. But this is the first of many vlogs almost, where we're going to have a little bit of a look at what we're going to do with my collection, my setup, other kind of rambling videos. I've been thinking about this for a while because I wanted to do something different for Patreon. You know, I throw up lots of movie reviews on the channel, so doing them for the Patreon seemed rather redundant almost, and I wanted to show a little bit more about my tastes, what I pick up, my collection, how I go about my movie watching, and various other ideas. It's been something I've been playing about for a while, something a little bit different, a little bit fresh, that's going to make things a bit different. So I thought today, just now, I'm going to give you a quick look at this out of focus, nice blurry background, this collection that I have. Talk about some of the things that I have in amongst here, the problems that I am starting to hit my head against all of a sudden because I just don't have enough space. In my previous home, I had an overabundance of space. It was wonderful. Now, after we moved about a year and a half ago, it's really became truncated and I'm already running out of that kind of space, which is awful. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to pick up the camera, move it about a bit, probably be out of focus in certain things, but hopefully not. We'll get into the collection, my little office type room here kind of thing set up. We'll get to that, and of course any questions at all, I'd love them down in the comment box below. If there is anything you'd like to see in a little bit more detail within my collection, drop it down there. Let me know what you guys would like to see, even if most of these videos are going to end up in the Patreon. Let's just do it. Let's just dive into this collection, see what we're going to talk about, which myself, I don't know, because spur of the moment, zero preparation whatsoever. It's the Graham way, and I like it that way. Let's get into it. So I'm going to jump in to show you some of the things around about the collection. I'll jump behind the camera. Look at that mountain of shame. I'm just going to show you the mess that I have going on right now. Here we have my main collection. As you see at the side, there is some, well, there's some DVDs at the bottom. There is some special editions, I think. There's some Marvel movies there. Some 101 movies and a couple of duplicates at the top that I'm probably going to put on eBay at some point. We'll go along the main collection here. We'll go to this pile of shame. This pile of shame right here that stretches up to the ceiling where the Hitchcock set is, all the way down to the ground. It's completely disorganised. Well, it's in rough alphabetical order, and the horizontal pile is just completely kind of out of order. And this is it. So we'll jump up to the top. You see here we've got Pride, which is the Hitchcock set. It's one of my favourites. The Eastwood set I've not picked up. Your Name, some special editions there. We've got the Andrei Tarkovsky set, Inception box. So the top of my main cabinet here is all indicator movies, and it comes down to roughly right about here, where it starts the American Horror Project, which is where we get into Arrow stuff. Again, we're going to just jump all the way down. I'll run through some of these for you. I won't talk about any of them because, man, it just gets a bit hectic. So as you can see, got a chunk of Arrow movies there. Waterworld, which was pretty awesome, a pretty decent addition. The Woody Allen ones I got in a really good deal. I don't know if he's really my kind of taste, but it's something that I will get to at some point. There we go. It's the TV series of Twin Peaks, the entire mystery. And then we have some Shameless movies at the bottom, some 101 movies, HMV Premium range, which I'm hoping will still continue, and a little bit of the BFI. Let's just jump in here. Another Arrow set that I've got is Feast, the Herschel Gordon Lewis. Again, picked this one up a while back, not opened it as yet as much. Here is my Alien Egg anthology set that I picked up a long while ago. 300 Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and a small pile of Marvel movies. And there's another old Phantasm set, which is where these things come off of. But of course, I've got the new set here. Then we'll jump up to the Masters of Cinema set and Eureka movies in general. It's pretty full on. I've really ran out of space for these, all the way down to the marvellous number 200. They're still missing, I'm missing a couple, maybe about 15. Let's just have a look at this pile here, give you an idea of what we've got. And it just keeps on going, folks. This is what a movie hoarder looks like. This is just the other side of this room, which is pretty much a mess. I've got my computer, I've got a few books there that I need to get through at some point, and I've got a package sitting there that I need to open, do a little bit of unboxing. There's some books that I've got that I've picked up for reading. Book of the Dead, zombie book. We've got Censored, all about the video nasty. I've got an Italian horror cinema book, and I've got the novelisation of My Neighbour Totoro to check out. So there we have it, my collection. I say that as if it's a real in-depth look, which is not. It's just a rough idea of how my collection is at the moment. There's one thing I'm going to show you, if I can just, there we go. So if I take out the fantastic Waterworld and I take out this bunch of Arrow movies, hopefully you can see this goes doubled back. It's just a weird way to organise it, but like I said, I'm out of space, so I have to double them back. So the way I organise it is everything behind here is alphabetical order, so I can have a rough idea of where things are. From A to Z, which is the pile on the ground just next to this here. It's a system that works for me. I do generally go for the boutique labels first, so most of the time I am on the front level of where I want my movies to be, and I go to the boutiques first, usually when I'm looking for something different, because I just like their packaging, I like the extras. Like I said, Powerhouse Indicator, Arrow, down into Arrow Academy, BFI, HMV, 101, some other editions of things, and then it's just Masters of Cinema and Eureka all this side. It's a way that I like to organise it, and I have a lot of movies that are wrapped. I keep them wrapped for a reason, and that is there's some movies that are worth some money. If they're still wrapped, there's still movies that I have got a couple of versions of, which is probably a compulsion that I need to get over at some point. And there is some movies that I have not gotten to yet, so it lets me know what I need to get to. I'm kind of rambling because the problem with being in here is I get lost. It's like a time capsule. I go back to the days of the video shop where I used to spend hours just looking through awesome covers, pulling things out, going, that's amazing. So keeping the plastic on them, it lets me know at a glance what I've seen, what I've not seen. Some of the movies I've already seen, but I've not watched the actual disc of it, so I keep it wrapped, so I know that I've still to get to the disc at some point. I can get to the extras. Just, it saves time coming in here just in a quick glance, you know, yeah, I need to check out this. Some of them I have cut the plastic out at the front to keep everything else pretty decent, and I can just pull out what I need when I need it. This is the way I organise my Blu-rays. I find it the best way, but like I said, I'm really starting to run out of room. And what I want to do is, with this, I'm eventually going to start thinning things down, curate my collection a lot more, because I just do not have the space for them anymore. There is movies that I probably won't ever get back to again, things I've picked up from like CEX. There's a few in here that I picked up for like pennies. Some of the boutique stuff that I may not go back to again, I'll probably get rid of. There's duplicates in here as well. Sometimes people buy me movies, which is a bit of a risky gamble, because I can end up with duplicates of things, which happens actually more than you would expect. Someone bought me 3 movies at Christmas time from Powerhouse, which I'm going to throw up on eBay at some point. that I just happened to buy myself like a week earlier. Crazy, absolute crazy, but these kind of things happen. So what I was wondering is since I have my collection somewhat organised, I'm going to do these vlog type videos to answer some of your questions. So if you have any questions about my collection, what do I love, what do I prize most above them all, you can ask away, and we'll talk about some of the things that I've got here, which are pretty spectacular. You know, I've got decent steelbooks of a lot of the Arrow editions as well. So like we've got one here which is White of the Eye. We're recently just about to do something kind of special. This I can't really tell you because it's top secret at the moment, but it's a cool cover. I love it. It kind of encapsulates the movie, which is a lot of the Arrow stuff. You know, one of the recent Arrow pickups, Waterworld, which was a fantastic edition. I think it's sold out now, but man, that was really worth picking up. A couple of things that I've picked up recently as well that we'll get to at some point. Of course, my Eureka collection, Troll, which I recently reviewed, which, oh man, it's just, this is an awesome movie. I love it. Something that I've never opened up because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Fright Night, I've seen this movie loads. I have a DVD of it. I may pick up the Blu-ray and just sell this on at some point to facilitate some cash flow, because there's a couple of things I need money for. Like I need to upgrade some tech, like my camera specifically, which we'll use money for. There's another one that's just awesome. If you haven't heard of it, Eureka put out John Dies at the End by Don Coscarelli. The guy that did Bubble Hotep, Phantasm, those kind of things. This is just batshit crazy, and I love it because of it. I've seen this a fair few times, but it's not for everybody. But it is a tremendous movie. So just sitting here, I get lost looking at the amount of movies I've got. There's something rather comforting about this. It just, I don't know what it is. You know, being in front of this just seems to calm me one hell of a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to go, and you know what, this isn't all of my movies. I have upstairs in the loft, in storage boxes contained weatherproof type things, I have all my DVDs, which are roughly about 2,000, but I've got more Blu-rays, which I completely forgot about. So let's get to them. A couple of DVDs are out because I was, you know, we did a Brits on Flicks podcast on Deep Rising. I used to buy a lot of like ex-rentals from Blockbuster and things like that. And just because it is absolutely awesome, we'll just throw in The Monster Squad. This was an American import I got way back when I used to import stuff. This needs an Arrow fantastic super duper edition, or maybe even Eureka. Eureka have been kind of knocking them out as well recently. Yeah. Whew. Let's go and look at the other couple of movies that I've got kicking about in another room. Okay, so this is my living room area where some of the movies spilled over. TV up there. I've got some stuff in here as well, but this is my 88 films collection. So up here we have numbers 1 to 40 of the Slasher Classics collection. Down below we've got some different kind of movies. There's some Jackie Chan recent ones, some of the Italian collection, the Vault collection, some other random ones. We'll get to these bad boys, just talk about it. So we've got Trancers 1, Trancers 2, Trancers 3. If you've not seen Trancers, you're probably not missing out on much, but I love it. Jack Death is just a fantastic character. This is something that I could see being remade into like a proper amazing science fiction movie at some point. It's just absolutely tremendous. Yeah, love it. The Slasher Classics is something that speaks to me a lot because I just love those kind of movies. They're comfort movies. They're not movies that you really have to think a lot about, but they just wow you. You know, there's a lot here that I had never heard of before, and I thought I'd seen most of the slashers that came out in the 80s, and just checking these out is just absolutely tremendous. A lot of things here that I really do love, a lot of things that I've still to check out, which is just even more exciting for me. Now, I've got one more drawer to show you, which just has a little bit of Criterions and a little bit of UHD, and honest, that's me done. So I'll jump to the other angle and I'll talk to you there. Okay, so here's my drawer. It's just under the TV. There's a big glare of the light off the camera, which is awesome. So here we go. So we start from left, where we've got Criterions all the way along to here, and then it's UHDs here, the Avengers set there, John Wick 1 and 2 there. This is the Criterions that I have. So tonight I will be watching The Age of Innocence. We'll just take that out. And those are the ones that kind of interest me. Night of the Living Dead, absolute fantastic movie. Evil Dead 2 UHD, again, that one sold out pretty quickly, so I may move that on to facilitate some, you know, my other purchases. And this is just a small collection of UHDs that I have. It's not something I'm going to buy a lot of, but sometimes deals are just too good. So there we have it. A quick look at my collection, hopefully something a little bit different for the channel. Like I said, this is going to be something that I do a lot more on Patreon. Patreon is something that is really kind of helping me at the moment. There only is a few people on that, but I am very grateful for each and every person that even looks at it, who feels that it's worthy enough to support me, who's going to help me keep the channel going for years to come, hopefully, because I need to upgrade equipment. I have costs outlaying with actually doing this channel. It is fun, it's a nice hobby. A little bit of help is really appreciated. And if all you could do is just watch my videos, I appreciate that as well. And of course, any questions about this collection that you want to see in future videos, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.